So now we get to talk about the iPhone 11, and honestly, in my opinion, this is an excellent iPhone that I would probably recommend a majority of people to actually picking up. Now, I will tell you with something like the iPhone 11, especially when you compare it to something like the 12 Pros and like the 13 Pros, these iPhones I think do look overall better than these specific iPhones, like I've stated before. But I do think with the iPhone 11, Apple did a tremendous job. They played it smart. They still kind of stuck like somewhat of an older design with this specific iPhone, but I will say when this iPhone ends up being discontinued, probably this, September, whenever the iPhone 14s come out, this iPhone is going to be significantly cheaper in the used market. And that in and of itself, I think would make a lot of people happy of picking up an iPhone like this, of this caliber, for such a cheap value. Now, I think about this very similar to the iPhone 10R. When the 10R came out $749, I was like, this iPhone is going to stay consistent at that price for a very long time. I bought this iPhone 10R. It is broken, so keep that in mind, for about $110, but it's still fully functional, just had a cracked display. And with the iPhone 11, I think this iPhone, if everything goes right, it could probably go down to about $200 to $250 in the used market, probably December. I think December, as long as there's no supply chain constraints or anything, that's probably one thing to keep in mind. Now, with the whole entire iPhone itself, I think, especially when, like I said, compared to things like the iPhone 13s, most people would look at the 13s and just assume that these are the better phones, better dollar value per dollars and everything. But the iPhone 13 with its 6.1-inch display still looks very, very good. Its camera as well, I do want to hit on the camera. This is a very solid camera for this type of price point. I think if you get this thing for about $300, maybe a little bit less, that'd be a very solid value. But if not, this is still a very solid camera. You have a dual camera setup on the back, and that in and of itself is still very prominent because most probably the iPhone 14s, the base models, are also going to be maintaining that dual camera setup. So you're really not going to be missing out too much in that standpoint. On top of that, with iOS 16 that just came out, as I mentioned before, all, if not most, if not all of the iOS 16 features ended up coming out to our iPhone 11s. Now, that may not seem like that crazy big of a deal, like, oh, iOS 16 is going to be good on, all iPhones. But when you look at the iPhone 10, the 2017 flagship, compared to the 2019 somewhat budgetier $699 iPhone, Apple ended up supporting this iPhone and putting a bunch of features within this that even the iPhone 10, the $1,000 phone from 2 years ago before this one, did not get. So that in and of itself just shows that, Apple's kind of looking at the iPhone 11 and potentially future iPhones as maybe bigger, more, better iPhones internally. So maybe they'll go ahead and keep supporting these iPhones for a little bit longer. Again, I don't know for a fact, but everything I've ever done with this iPhone, including, heavy intensive gaming, playing games like Genshin Impact, updating this iPhone, using it for videos all over the place, I think this iPhone is still a very solid value for sure, and I think it's an excellent device, and I can't wait for this thing to go down in the used market, because then it's going to be a steal in my opinion. So that kind of covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.